Hello, everyone! Welcome to another episode of 10 Forward Weekly. I'm your host, Mike Fadum, also known as Ambassador Kel. I am your community manager. If you're new to Star Trek Online, that means that I'm the guy who takes what you say and gives it to the devs, and takes what the devs say and gives it to you, along with 1,500 other hats that I wear. It is good to see you all. Welcome, welcome. So, this stream today... Oh, first of all, I'm going to answer my first question. This is from... James Hastings on Facebook, and the answer to your question, James Hastings, is yes, this is the stream where you ask the devs questions, specifically me, and if I can't answer them, I will pass them on to other developers and hopefully answer them in a future stream or something. So, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you all. This is a Q&A stream. I'll be answering your questions and playing the game, but this is also, I thought we'd do a stream with a little bit of a purpose, because I was looking at this poor, sad character. This is my max level Federation character. I'm not going to lie, he was taken to max level through some developer magic, so he's missing some things. But more importantly, he's got one of my favorite ship designs in Star Trek, the Vengeance, or the Kelvin Timeline Intel Dreadnought. And I thought, hey, as long as I'm going to have people on, why don't y'all tell me about, what I should do to make this ship better. So, when are we getting a legendary Oberth? Oh, that reminds me, I should do fan art and fan fiction. Let me jump back and do that really quick. And you're getting a legendary Oberth over my dead body. Speaking of Oberths, Benta sent us this wonderful picture of a Oberth exploding in its natural habitat. Ryukin OD, what happened with Hearts and Minds? It'll probably be back for Friday the 13th, maybe in the future, but the impression we got was that everybody hated it. So if you want it to come back for next year's Halloween event, let me know, and I'll pass that on. And Karen Rayan sent us this awesome shot. I believe this is an Intrepid class using the Alliance Vanity Shield. And I love the Captain's Table map for getting shots like this. It looks so cool. Hector Novoa Jr., this is a free-to-play game. There's no longer a monthly subscription you can buy, but we do have a lifetime subscription. You can look for info on that on our page. It unlocks a whole bunch of stuff in the game. Karen Rayan also sent us this shot. I don't know where this is in the Halloween event. I don't remember there being a mirror or a window anywhere, but that's really cool. And of course, it's Batgirl. Chris Oden sent us a fully hand-drawn design for a starship, and it's really cool. We can't use any of this. Maybe if we ever have another contest for something like that. I will say, with all the sharp lines and teeth, this probably isn't a Starfleet vessel, but, we'll see. It's a final room at the very end. Okay. Duncan Idaho sent us this response to the new explosions in game, which, that sounds about right. And also sent us, this is a Warp 10 lizard eating a warp burger that was made on the warp grill of a starship. Edric V sent us this awesome shot, again from the Captain's Table, of the new Kirk class. Mar Hawkman sent us Witches of Borg. Terrifying, absolutely terrifying. And Tim Parker Chambers sent us this excellent shot of, I don't know, he said the Zenkethi shield. That's right, the Zenkethi shield on a really cool looking Klingon ship. So, there we are. Can we get Pokled Big Hat and Pokled Very Big Hat? I hope so. But I feel like if we're doing that, there should be a reward for something. Like, if we ever do a mission where Pokleds are the enemy, you should get the Big Hat for, defeating, 300, and the really Big Hat for defeating, 1,000 or something like that. Okay. I'm just gonna time out somebody who's making jokes about people's health in chat. Or why can't I do that? Oh, because I'm not... jeez, alright. If any of my mods are on, could you deal with that? Yes, we have considered adding new ship specializations, but it's not a super high priority because the systems team is always on the work on making new ships and new rewards and things of that nature. Can you have some dill? Yeah, absolutely. Complete any of our events and you get tons of dill. Gil is a different game. When will Reflection hit Xbox One? Soon. Actually, I love that idea, Dan PMK, of TFO, where you go to Pokled Planet and try to prevent them from blowing themselves up. We have talked recently for Bob Yarborough. We have talked recently about the Kittimer Alliance stuff and what we should be doing with it. The answer I got back is they don't want to start bundling ships from that until there's at least 3, which would be after this year's anniversary. Will mirror captains get their own voiceovers? I don't believe that character will have a voice because we don't want you to we don't want to tell you what you sound like. Let's see. Oh, that's a good idea, Trexpert. Brooke Chalmers could be fun to have on. Mr. Magoo, that's not anything the marketing team controls. Are we getting the EV Shield belt from the animated series? I know, blasphemy of blasphemy, but I haven't actually watched the animated series, so I wouldn't know what that is, but if we ever get more permission to do more Taz content, maybe. Let's see. SFC 100, as far as I know, Hearts and Minds is perma-retired. But, I mean, that can always change. So if there's a huge outcry of, no, wait, we wanted to keep playing that mission, the one that we told you we hated, that we can always bring it back. I don't think it'd be hard. Will our mirror captains have Darth Vader breath? I don't think so. Will the mirror captains get the same ship as our regular captains? I don't know. I don't think so. Okay, so they have just a shield that covers them in EV suit stuff. Anything from Prodigy, and I should stop answering questions about are we doing this, are we doing that, because the answer I'm always going to give is maybe, and that's not something we could really spend a lot of time on this stream. But anything from Prodigy, anything from Discovery Season 4 when that starts, which I'm so excited about, all of that stuff, the answer is yes, we want to put it in game, no, we don't know when. Nick Norris, what sort of a goatee would mirror Tom Selleck have? It would be a mustache, but one that is only down here. SFC 100, last I checked on the Spock volcano suit, we built it and then forgot about it. So it's a good thing something we should release. I don't know how that happened. So I'm just gonna, I should follow up on that again. Thank you for reminding me. Wraith Shadow, the mirror captains will be built differently than your character. That's all I can say about that right now. Yes, Sparkstastic, that will be the crashes that people have been experiencing in character screen should be fixed tomorrow. We hope. Dan PMK, I don't think there is a keybind to switch between EV suit and armor planned, but it's a good idea. I'll pass it on to the people. John Myers, I'm not ignoring you. My chat is flowing really fast. And I'm trying my best to keep up with all this stuff. But I may have more good news for you on things like active ship slots or inventory slots soon. And I can't say much more about that right now because we're still testing it all. Trexpert, any updates on the Perfect Emperor casting? Yes. Not counting any chickens, because I don't think anything's signed yet. But the person we wanted to play the Mirror Emperor is currently in talks and seems interested. Yes, the Agile Classics ship comes to PC tomorrow and later on console. If there's a mirror version of our character, will there be ones for other characters? Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, John Davis, I heard about the blank squares. We're looking into it. Hold on. Rashad Shadowstar, what were you responding to here, Matthew Prime, that will never happen? I just want to make sure the info is correct that will never happen. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. So, Rashad Shadowstar, that's actually not a CBS thing. I think initially it was a CBS thing, or it was a canon concern. The reason why we didn't let people customize their weapon colors like we do with powers and champions. I think the original concern was, we want Federation ships to have Federation weapons. Obviously, that's all out the window now. But because we made that decision, the game was programmed in such a way that would make changing that very difficult. But we've talked about some possibilities about getting around it, and we'll keep looking into it. Let's see. Will the winter event ship be a Fakiri ship this year? No. Will we see our Mirror Bridge officers too? I don't think so, but don't quote me on that. Any teases on the winter ship? I'm very excited for it. Sean Froelich, we can only use voiceover artists if they're SAG, which I'm guessing you're not, but let me know if that's different, and then I can hopefully tell you where to apply. Let's see, the kitties. There's one way over there, but I don't want to show you my messy house, so we'll see if anyone comes out. Dennis Earl Morrison too. I want you to be able to pick your transporter animation too, but again, things are difficult. I don't have any updates on the Andorian social map that comes up every now and then, but I just don't think it's a giant priority to jump in there and add more to it. Fragrance-free Vaseline, I would love a new pair of socks. Although the thing was, I think you were trying to reply to yourself on that tweet, but you just tagged us in a picture, a GIF of a whale with pantyhose walking, and I was very confused. Hippie John, no, I am not SAG. I do not perform. I would love to do a voice for the game. I've been trying to get my voice into Champions, but it is what it is. Mice Trap, yep, you can use your EV suit at any time, if you like the stats or if you like the look or any other reason. You'll be able to just press a button and switch between your regular costume, your regular armor and your EV suit. What you can't do is wear your regular armor in a hazardous environment that would require an EV suit. You'll switch to your EV suit automatically. If you're already in your EV suit, nothing will change. And you can't stack the benefits of your armor and your EV suit. You have to pick one or the other. Joey Frick, I got this shirt. They made them for us at STLV probably 3-4 years ago now. And we gave out a bunch at the show, but I don't know if there's any left. Ah, yes, Trexpert. Thank you for reminding me. I got distracted by questions. I did actually get a piece of fan fiction today by Trexpert, who reminded me to read it. So why don't we go do this real quick? So this is 001 by the Trexpert. Okay. Shocek Uet Bizet lit a candle for Belera. He lit a candle for Kagan. He lit a candle for Thrak. He lit a candle for Jagren. Unlike most, his species mourned the living, not the dead. They knew the toll war took on the survivors. The dead's sacrifice was to be honored, but it was the living who were to be mourned. He lit a candle for Captain Paris. He lit a candle for Captain Kim. He lit a candle for Captain Sean. His species came from the far outer edge of the Empire, and had been their clients for several centuries, but they rarely left their little pocket. Even fewer, a fraction of a percent, joined the Klingon military. So their tradition of mourning the living wasn't widely known to those beyond who they served with. He still honored the dead with his compatriots. His people were as Klingon as you could be without being biologically Klingon, as their tall heads and lavender skin lent itself to a clear lack of confusion. But he still partook in his own species' post-conflict rituals. He rented a small room on the outer edge of the central hub of the First City. He had met with the Chancellor, been celebrated as a great hero of the Battle of Terra for ending the war, but he needed a quiet place away from the pomp and circumstance, to borrow a human term, to light the candles and perform the rituals in peace. He lit a candle for Jarok. He lit a candle for the Jem'Hadar. He lit a candle for Sela. The dead had their peace. The living had to live with what they'd seen, what they'd done, what they hadn't done forever. He would never forget the burning husks after the Battle of Iconia. He would never forget the faces of the handful of survivors they rescued. He would never forget that he had gone to Iconia to kill the Iconians. He would never allow himself to forget. He lit a candle for Temet. He lit a candle for Lamirin. He lit a candle for Valar. He lit a candle for the Heralds. He would never allow himself to forget that meeting the Iconians in the final hours of the Empire had changed his mind. There was no honor in killing a people who had not yet committed a crime. That the right action is not always the easy one. That what must be done may not always be apparent until it needs to be done. He lit a candle for himself. He would have to live with the scars of war, but he would never allow himself to forget what he learned. So there you go. Thank you very much for sending that in. Commander Darjeeling, more options for Alien Gen is not a super high priority right now. Sorry. Folks, what is going on? Did chat really? Okay. Seriously, do I not have any mods in here? Do I have to? Okay, well then I'll just deal with this myself. No, I am signed into the right account. What the flark? Sorry, but I'm going to go through, and anybody who booed that is getting at least a timeout. Don't be jerks in my chat. That's ridiculous. Where did it go? Why is it not letting me do moderation actions? That's ridiculous. I don't want to waste a bunch of stream time. Alright, I guess I'll do it later. Don't be jerks in my chat. Edric, there was a lot here, if you scroll up. Lots of people saying booing, lots of people making jokes about the stream being boring. Definitely not okay. Thank you for a good story. Alright, thank you, Duncan, for going through and taking care of it. Anywho, let's get back to what we were doing today, which is playing the game and answering your questions. Okay. Sean Frolics, that sounds a lot like the exploration system we used to have. Which is not something we're going to be implementing anytime soon. Someone set off a Genesis device near me. Who was it? Yeah, we were going to talk about my Intel Dread build, if that was something people were still interested in. I threw together the best I could with what I have, so it's a lot of spiral wave disruptors, and I think I went through and found some vulnerability locators to throw in there. Yeah, Facebook says I'm playing Champions. I don't know why. There's something to do with setting up, having my streaming software tell Facebook to go live. Sometimes Facebook has errors, sometimes Twitch has errors. Mar Hawkman, we did fan art. You missed it. Dennis Earl Morrison III, I'm not entirely sure what you're oh, I see. You want a copy of Star Trek Online that's just open PvP everywhere. I don't know that would be that popular. And our game doesn't have a lot of, like, open social areas where that could happen. Like, I guess we could make it possible on, like, Deep Space Nine. But most of the places you're only within your own faction, so PvP wouldn't happen. Unless you mean all players can just kill all players at all times, which, I mean, I don't know that would be super fun. But, you know, to each their own, I guess. Sure, we'll throw that on. Do you have any more good universal Oh, yeah. Let's throw a domino on here. Wanted War 7654. I answered the question earlier, but we're the person we really wanted to play the Terran Emperor seems to be interested, and so that's great. We're waiting to hear more back from them. Yes, the Tier 6 Nova will be able to be purchased individually. All right. My initial plan for doing for having you guys comment on my ship seems like it's not going to be something that's going to happen. So why don't I play some TFOs instead? Duncan, getting the lore blogs into game is 100% on me. Hold on, sorry. Sorry, was answering a quick question. All right. So let us dive into... Should we do one last Cat's Tale? You know, it's the last day we can do it. Why not? We'll do one more. And it's ready to go. That would be great, Augie. Sure, fire away. Any info for Black Friday sales? One thing that we can never actually do is announce sales early, except for some of the times that we do. Wait. Oh no, just everything else is Tier 6. Okay. All right. I got another one at Tier 6. Yay! Oh, here we go. Zatfash thought you were absolutely correct around the timing for the Black Friday sales. Nick Norris, you've never gotten the Spider Room? There's a couple of rooms that I've never gotten, but I haven't played it nearly as much as you have. Wow, lots of people have never gotten Spider Room. That's interesting. I would love to see some actual data on that. I wonder if our team can pull it. Well, actually, no. You have to... Never mind. The data would be useless. Even if they could pull it, that would be useless data. Phone? Or keyboard, I mean? What you doing? I really like the library. I know a lot of people get confused at it sometimes because it's not, you know, a killing room, but I like it a lot. Did we miss one? Uh-oh. My keyboard has been having trouble connecting all day. Might continue to be a problem. Okay, door's open. Thank God. This device won't kill all the skeletons, but it'll kill some of them. Oh my God. I don't think I've gotten the Cauldron Room yet. I've gotten the library and I've gotten the spider. Yeah, Ice Knight. Ryan had a lot of fun writing that dialogue, obviously. Our pun master, Ryan, and I'm sure Paul contributed some of that too. Pizza is amazing. I'm not entirely sure what that has to do with anything here, but you're right. It is. Ball lightning does sound like it would be very good for skeletons, but you know what else is good for skeletons? A sword. Am I playing the same game as everyone else? No. Do I care? No. A bunch of people are asking about Hearts and Minds. Hit me up, chat. Did people like Hearts and Minds? Every year, every time it ran, all I heard about was how miserable it made everyone and how they all hated it. If you like stuff in the game, speak up about how you like it. Because if all we're hearing is the negative stuff, we don't have any positive stuff to go on. But yeah, as far as I know, Hearts and Minds is meant to be retired. But it sounds like there might be some call for it, so maybe we'll... and I don't know for sure that it's retired, but we'll see if we can bring it back for a Friday the 13th or something then. Huh. That is a lot of positivity for Hearts and Minds. Valuable lessons have been learned here today, folks. Remember, social media isn't just for telling people how much you hate something. If you enjoy something, post about that too. Guys, we cannot kill them in the closet. Let them out of the closet. Let the skeletons come out. Alright, somebody's already off to get the cat. My initial idea for a Halloween event, that hasn't ever happened, is taking Hearts and Minds, Bonniekin, I forgot what the name of that episode is, and the scary creature chasing you one from Victory is Life, and pairing those up into a Halloween event. I would love to get them added for next year. I have tried very hard to convince people of that. We shall see if it occurs. Andre was receptive to the idea, at least. Well, Darth Dragonborn, that may be true, but I only heard negative stuff. So, remember, if you like something, let people know. Use the internet for good, not just for evil. Ow! Gonna drain your life force, skeleton lord. Don't know what life force you've got. Was this Skeletor from Masters of the Universe? No, he doesn't have nearly enough muscles for that. This guy's all skin and bones. He clearly doesn't work out. He does have a bone to pick with us, though. He doesn't find any of this situation humorous. Although, honestly, I thought the whole thing was a giant rib. Dakota Picklesmeyer Star Trek Online is already on the new consoles. You can play it on Xbox and PlayStation right now. If you're asking if we will release a version that's optimized for those consoles, I hope so. Has no plans right now, but that may change. James Hastings, you are not muted. I'm just playing a game, watching two chats from two different places, and trying to keep up. I have heard Dunno, T.O. It's hard to see when the names are blue. I have heard that the game plays really well on PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X. Okay. Spider Room! Switching to my minigun, cause it's the Spider Room. Deep fried DPS, it doesn't matter why, you were rude. Apologize to Trexpert and maybe you'll be okay. I can't see everyone's question all the time. This is a problem that we have a lot in the internet in general, but also this community. People tend to take things... Consumers tend to take things more personally than they could ever possibly be. I am getting an insane amount of comments right now because there's a lot of people in chat, and I love you all for being here. But if I miss your question, it's not because I hate you, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's not because I'm giving priority to fan fiction over your question. I just didn't see the question. Unless it's something that I can't answer, and then I'll try to say I can't answer it, but sometimes I let those go by because I'm answering other questions. I have no idea what the Comare thing on the Deferaborg invasion was going to be like. That's before my time quite a bit. Let's drain a spider of life. Oh, take the key. I do sort of wish this room had one more puzzle, because I know the spider room tends to get finished before everything else, and then people tend to just run into the next boss fight. Oh, you're right. Where is the cat? There is no more news right now on the Steam Wallet issues, only that we are looking into it. There he goes. Oh, yep, my teammate just ran straight in. Edward Rosscup, okay, first question. Is there a bridge pack, a TMP bridge pack that I'm not aware of? And B, is it actually not for sale on console? Because if both of those things are true, then yes, you likely will. I just need to tell producers that it isn't being sold on console right now so they can put it up. Yeah, RevThwack, whatever the question was, I didn't see it. Duncan is right, but the one problem with this thing is that it can't shoot up when you're doing the minigun thing. But I love this gun anyway, so I will not be changing guns. I will take no further questions at this time. Let's see. Yeah, you can still buy Zen via the game and via Arc. That's fairly easy to do, but yes, not being able to buy it through Steam is annoying. So I would love to... the skeletal security team. Okay, I love that. I'm going to have to pass that idea on. And an old one, duty officer, doesn't sound hard. I thought you were asking for a bridge officer at first, but I'll pass both those ideas on for potential rewards. Bloodleaf, I am not hearing that. Let me take a look. There is something, looks like, hold on. Is anybody else hearing the beeps? Edric V, the delay in the Mirror Guardians release is for a mundane reason. Not a good reason, not a bad reason, a mundane reason. And that's really all I can say. Am I done with Season 3 of Babylon 5? No, I'm still in the middle of it. I think I'm on episode 10 or 11 now. I just finished Sick Transit Veer, which I will always and forever now say it as Sick Transit Veer. And I just saw the King Arthur episode, which was fabulous. A little bit weird in that it's the 90s and we don't actually know how to talk about mental health way that I'm sure the new one will take, but I'm digging the hell out of it. This is wildly off topic, but yes, I've been watching a lot of Babylon 5 for the first time. It's great. Is there a melee slot coming as well? Unlikely. If you want to use a melee weapon, do what I do and use an energy weapon in one slot and a melee weapon in the other. That guy is zooping around. Lots of zoops. K-Bouse, thank you for the witch locations. You'd think I would know that working on this game, or the cat locations, but I did not. Because I play tested this a bunch, but okay, there's the kitty. Good, glad we got him. Brendan Taylor, thank you very much. You know, it's not unique to the STO community having people get very angry over almost nothing. That's not a thing that's in any way unique to us. It's just a thing that happens with the internet. That's the culture we accidentally built on there. Combining that with the culture of the customer is always right, that happens a lot in America. It tends to lead people to act a little more entitled jerky, but not like jerky. They're not dried. It's okay. I'm used to it, but John Davis 01. I don't know what the Coda trilogy joke you're making there was, but I do love seeing the. I loved that Admiral Quinn was in that book. That's great. Augmented Dictator games, they can't all be pilot ships. If they could, I would make them all pilot ships. You know this. Sorry, I didn't notice, didn't see. Is anybody but Bloodleaf? Is anyone but Bloodleaf? No. Is anyone else besides Bloodleaf? There we go. Getting the weird beeps sound, because then I will try to troubleshoot it. If no one else is, then it's probably on their end. Bob Yarborough, no, we're not opening an office in Texas. During the pandemic, Cryptic made the decision to go fully remote. So you can live anywhere in the U.S. And still work for the company. So a lot of people have moved to areas where it's cheaper to live. And a lot of the team is sort of spread out around the country now. There's also people in Nevada, I think maybe Massachusetts. Those are most of the ones I know. Okay, no beeps from anybody else. Sorry, Bloodleaf. Grumpy old Nord. Oh, that is an excellent idea for a dilithium sink. For those of you who aren't in Twitch chat, he suggested that we make dilithium actually required to power your ships. If you run out, you can't go anywhere. That is a perfect dilithium sink, except for the part where everyone would hate us forever and stop playing this game. Would we be making steampunk uniforms for STO? Probably not intentionally, but it would be, I would imagine, pretty easy to make a steampunk look based off of what we have. Wraith Shadow, there's been some. It's a long process to update character models. So stuff like, updating celebrity models, if that's what you're talking about, like the Star Trek actors. Yeah, we're working on getting some folks facelifts. More so as they are used in our game, but also there's been some talk and even some motion towards getting some folks like Leonard Nimoy updated. Nebshake90, that is absolutely a fear that people have. This is a question that I'm answering personally, by the way, is will remote work make people only hire folks in the cheapest part of the country and not have to pay anyone anything? I think that's a possibility, but I also think there's a possibility that it will make wages and cost of living more equitable everywhere. And it'll have to go both ways to get there. Some people will have to get paid less and some people have to get paid more. But it would be nice to have cost of living across the country be at least somewhat equal. Because it's insane here. Like, people make a lot of money in California, but the amount you have to pay to live here, you're not actually making that much money in California. Are we going to do a face map for Eris? I don't think so. I've talked to I have a monthly meeting with the whole character team to talk about stuff, and I mentioned 47 Alpha Tango that people were looking for updates to classic uniforms like the Wrath of Khan uniform, and so that may happen. We'll see. ID Gaming Federation. I mean, that's certainly an interesting idea. A deal exchange where, wait. No, that wouldn't work. The whole point of the Dill Zen exchange is that some people want Zen and some people want Dill. If you have people buying Zen, but the Dill they bought it with disappears forever, what would the people who are selling the Zen get? Terrell M., I am loving Prodigy. That was a great first episode. I can't wait. Joe Luce, I talked a little bit about weapons cosmetic earlier. It's something we're looking into, but it would be a huge engineering challenge to do. Stargate Wars says, I missed all the yes answers for the feedback pop, which he encounters on every Romulan ship station command ground map. I don't know what that means. Oh, I didn't know... Okay, so I didn't know Tails were already in Alien Gen. If that's there, then that might be more possible. I will ask folks. Oh, yeah. Wow. When KelMG is saying that something's insulting, that person has really crossed the line. I'm just kidding. I love you, Kel. And yes, thank you for calling that person out. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have mod tools today. Actually, you know what? I do have mod tools today. I just have to have another window open. Alright, it seems to be gone. I can't find it. That's taking too long. Oh, God, and the mission started. Oh, Lord. I'm letting my team down. Bloodleaf, I'm not sure. They said they only heard them on Romulan maps, so I'm not sure if it's the same thing. But if most people aren't hearing it, I can't really take the time to troubleshoot it, because it's not popping up on my end. I don't see any beeps in my my microphone thing. Ethan Finch, stuff like superior traits for K-13 might be a good idea, but as a dill sync, one of the things that we really need for a dill sync is for it to be repeatable. So something that's a one-off buy, or even a per-character buy, isn't as exciting in terms of what it can actually do for us. We haven't run the Crystal Identity event in a while, you're right. I think it may have gotten taken aside when we started moving towards trying to run events that always gave people more than one option. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Okay, Stargate Wars says I'm not on any of the affected maps to what he was talking about, so I don't think it's the same thing, Bloodleaf. Sorry, bud, I know it's got to be frustrating for you. I just don't have any answers. I am not going to get there before this is over. Oh, well, I'll take that one out. Hooray for me. Marhawk, but that's partially true. We did update the crystalline entity to make it a little less, this TFO takes 5 seconds. But y'all, got through that pretty quick and started making it super easy again. All right. Oh, I've got the bomb. I've got the bomb. Fly! Okay, now to get out of there. I wonder if I told my Echo to play Faith of the Heart, as someone in Twitch chat has requested, if y'all would even be able to hear it. Let's find out. Alexa, play Faith of the Heart.
Faith of the Heart from Star Trek Enterprise by Ray Kicker on Amazon Music.
Can you hear that? Long road. Oh, wow, this is a lower octave. Okay, anyway. Alexa, stop. Fire everything! Took out the cloaking device. Dylan, go! Go, Dylan, go! Yeah, he's got it. Queer Tribble. Pilot maneuvers always reset when you leave a map. Does that mean it always has to recharge one full time when you leave a map? That's probably on purpose to prevent you from accidentally burning it when you don't want to. But I could see why that's frustrating. You gotta go down to the Targ. I swear I know how to play this TFO. There we go. So, okay. Just to be clear, Stargate Wars and Augie are saying the beeping thing is not something from the stream, but something that y'all hear all the time while playing the game. Because that's a very different issue. Let me... Let me switch this over. Turn on my audio and see if I hear it.
Stay within 4 kilometers of the Targ. Your ship will help rout the virus.
Cloaking system destroyed. Keep the repair ships away.
I don't hear a beeping. The sound is the mail bug, someone said. I'm not sure what that means either, but... If this is a problem you're consistently having with the game, though, do please post about it on the forums in as much detail as you can. Exactly what you're doing. All of that stuff. Several people are offering opinions on what causes the noise. Are more people actually hearing it now, then? Yes, I would love for it to not, for contact dialogues to not decloak you. That would be great. I don't know if that's coming, but I have asked for it, and it frustrates me. Will JT Herzler appear again? I hope so. I love that guy, and I love working with him, and I love his performance in our game. So, oh, we won. How did we do? Oh, okay, that sounds super frustrating, Queer Tribble. I will pass that on. More Nukara marks. Okay, so it sounds like it's an issue with my microphone. Can I monitor this? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can turn on audio monitoring for a second, see if I can hear it. All right. People are saying it's just static with my microphone. Well, I need to get a better mic soon anyway, so that would be a good time to do it. Wow, that's special. Cartizzi, I hope so. Will we ever see more items added to re-engineering? Yes, hopefully, as soon as Jeremy gets some time. Wraith Shadow, I didn't see the first half of the question. Responding to Violet 99. Okay, I didn't see the first half of the question. We are working to get we are working to get our music on Spotify, including and especially Mary Chifo's song. We'll see if it happens. Oh my god. I need to get an impossible device or whatever that thing is called that makes that happen. Just a quick night, we will definitely be getting at least ships from Prodigy. I don't know about races, but I hope so. And probably some items and stuff. When will Kel stream fighting Teleosaurus? I'm hoping that at some point in the somewhat near future, I'm able to add a second stream to my week of playing Champions Online so I can learn how to play that game the best way, having you folks teach me. Playable Discovery Andorians is closer than it has been in the past, but not necessarily further. Not necessarily as close as you would like. I would love to do a social refresh of the Captain's Table, not social, a graphic and mechanic refresh of the Captain's Table. I think it really needs it. Where are we? Oh, we're in the middle of a defense of Starbase 1. Okay.
before more arrive.
It may have a short amount of time before more arrive. All I want is a room somewhere. Can we get a fix for the ground map on the Doomsday mission? Yes, if you tell me what the problem is. My wife came running into the room because she heard My Fair Lady references. Sadly, the accent in this TFO is supposed to be Australian or New Zealander. I don't find it a bane. I actually like this TFO. I like it a lot better than ISE or ISA. I don't ever play E. And, you know, it's a quick in and out. It's fun space combat. It's a pretty map. Discovery or Prodigy Tellarites when? Those are two different things, and they would both take a while, so maybe someday. Ryukin 0D, we are not preventing you from spending money. We are simply not producing the thing you want to spend money on yet. Hopefully those items will come to MUD soon. I would like to see that. There has been chat about bringing more old patrols into the patrol system menu, but it's not something that we've had a lot of time to focus on since we introduced the patrol system menu. Hopefully it's something we'll have more time to do in the future. I misspoke for Bloodleaf. It's actually supposed to be New Zealand, not Australia, but yes, I think you're right. The buildings around the consoles are invisible. Okay, please post about that on the forums. A chat has been going by so fast. Remind me again what map this is, the ground map and Doomsday device? Okay. Let me just send that. Actually, I shouldn't send that directly to Scott. I should send that to Mackenzie. So QA can confirm it. We might get a new MUDs pack before the end of the year. And that's all I can say about that. Any fixes that we put on PC will eventually come to console unless the thing's not broke on console, so you should see that soon. Harv Malloy, there won't be any small events that add points to the event campaign, but there is still one more event campaign event. So if you're that close, you should be able to finish it very soon. .47 Alpha Tango, Starbase 24, I assume you mean the test map on Tribble, where you can like test builds and parses and stuff like that. That was the baby of a particular designer. And I don't think it's getting worked on right now. Trexpert, that is really unfortunate, and hopefully will be fixed with the next update to console, which is coming very soon, since we're fixing all of those EV suit issues that accidentally dropped. I'm sorry, sir. I believe you were thinking you could shoot me. This is a mistake.
Roosevelt was in need of aid. Can you throw off some of those enemy ships?
What? Shoot him. Thank you. It's like he has 1 health left. Why are you not shooting him? More zoom levels in system space and console. I think it was being worked on and then it broke something. I think, but it may also just be that it was. Wow, I really hate that. Okay, cool. We're done. A Discovery-style space station map where we can get purple Discovery Bridge Coup for RKDF and Starfleet captains. I don't think that's coming anytime soon, but you never know. Any word on cross-platform with PlayStation 4 and Xbox? Likely never going to happen for this game. It just wasn't built for it when we designed the game. PlayStation and Xbox did not want to play nice together. Now they do. TreyCav1701, I'm in meetings and email threads about once a week talking about how to fix the DIL exchange, what we can do in the DIL exchange. I just had a conversation about it today. I know people can get impatient with how long things sometimes take, but coming up with solutions and iterating them and testing them and implementing them is a process. And it's... insulting is the wrong word, but it's incorrect to say it's not in our interest to fix the DIL exchange. One of the things that we love about our game system is that you can get anything through earning, even if it costs Zen. So, no, it's not in our interest to fix it. Galadrius, would you prefer I didn't report the bugs? Captain Junia, I've answered this question a billion times, but I will answer it one more. We've never made a mirror faction because, in our experience, not just with Star Trek, with every game that Cryptic's made, players don't actually like playing the bad guys. A lot of players, a vocal amount of players will say, oh, I would love to play the Mirror Universe, or oh, I would love to play... hold on. Okay, I've seen it. Well done. Now tell me the costume pieces so we can get it fixed. I've been campaigning for the cup. Wait, wasn't done answering that question. In the past, I don't think this is too much of a thing. I don't think I'm totally not allowed to say this. In the past, Cryptic has, for games that we no longer work on, made entire expansions around the idea of playing a bad guy, and those did not do well. In the past on STO, we've made missions where you were forced to play a bad guy, and those were not resoundingly popular. I really don't... I know that people ask about it every week, but just based on the data we have, there really isn't as much of a market for getting to play mustache-twirlingly evil in the Star Trek universe as people might think there is. Wedlock got it in one. Any word on the cut missions making a comeback? This is the one who's going to answer. Hopefully soonish. I've been pushing and trying. We're hoping. Yeah, exactly. The amount of unpopularity we got for daring to suggest that Jula might have a face turn. It's about as much as the unpopularity we got for daring to suggest Sela might have a face turn. BrianWG.com, I don't know off the top of my head if there's any way to make it clearer how you get bridge crew that through the DOF mission system, but I'm open to ideas because better ways to tutorialize our game is something that I'm very interested in. Captain B Money wants to know if I like his Discovery Season 4 uniform. Oh, I see it. Yeah! Good job. That's great. Seeing if the person I... they just left. Someone was running around to make sure that their broken costume got on stream, and I was like, cool, you did it, well done. Tell me what the costume pieces are so we can get it fixed. And they were like, never, and left. Alright. Inquisitor, from what I'm understood, it's not as easy as all that to just flip a switch and add different races to different factions. The data work is fairly extensive. But that's a good idea, unlocking other races. It's a cool idea. Aurelian Tessier, is there any way we can help you guys to convince CBS to put your ship's design in Picard? What I don't want folks to do, I would love to see our ships in Picard. I don't want to be like, organize a campaign, because I don't think 1,000 fans bothering, the writers and directors on Twitter would really make that much of a difference and would probably annoy them towards us more than anything else. So don't start a campaign. Do know that we are working with CBS all the time, and they like us, and we like them, and they're aware that Picard is very close to our era. So hopefully someday something will happen with that. Michael McCastler, I don't think as many people would pay for that as we think. Where our game is surviving right now because it's free to play, not a subscription game. If we'd stayed a subscription game, this game would not still be around. Bob Yarborough, is there an upcoming reveal or something that I'm super excited about? Yes. Apparently the French twist hairstyle doesn't show up. Let me add that to the list. Zatfash thought that is absolutely 100% true. I would like STO to remain as canon as it is now, which is, as long as we're not contradicted by anything, then you can assume all of this happened. But it definitely shouldn't become... future writers shouldn't be shackled by it, absolutely. Trexpert wants me to pop over to ESD on a test server and create an enemy ship so we can watch the NPC ships attack it. If that's something everybody wants, sure. Would race reroll tokens be difficult as well? Yes, even more so. I'm still so mad. We implemented gender change on champions, and I was like, oh, I was always told that would be impossible. Is that hard to do for STO? And our programmer was like, no, it should be super easy. And then like a week later came back to me and was like, nope, it's super hard. So I would love to have gender and race change options in our game. Edric V's got it in one. The way to fix the dilithium exchange is for us to come up with more things for you guys to spend your dilithium on and make them repeatable. I know I said I was passing on some bugs I see here, but don't overwhelm me with bugs, please. Does the forums exist for a reason? I don't know if the Android Uprising is ever going to be introduced to STO. It's a cool idea, but it happened 10 years before our game, so it's sort of resolved by that point. Aurelian Tessier, the reason we don't do large-scale attack events in social zones, except on Tribble on days that I specifically announce it, is because while they're really fun, they're not necessarily fun for everyone. You can do it on Tribble because not everybody's logged into Tribble. They come in to check it out because they know the event is happening. But on Holodeck, if I drop the Doomsday device in Earth space dock orbit, and then while players are fighting it, somebody logged in for the first time in, 2 years. It's like, let's see what STO is doing. And they log in and get exploded immediately. They're going to just log out and never come back. And we don't want that. Yep, I love that we got access to the shuttle bay too. Captain Junia, there's information on the website to how to access the Treble server. I'm going to go back to just this view. Yeah, no, time travel has been used before. I mean, the Android uprising was recent enough that we could do, somebody's trying to do something to make them uprise again. There's lots of options. Job reassignment, also probably super difficult data-wise, but I will ask. Yeah, Control is a very good story point, Arcane Flame pony that we could also bring up. Michael McCastler, I just answered that question about attacking Earth Space Dock a few minutes ago. I'm sorry if you missed it, but watch the video on demand. Reggie Wu Sa, the answer to your question about when those crashes will be fixed is tomorrow. Will STO run on the Steam Deck? No idea. Possibly. It's a computer. It should run us. You won't be able to take us portable because we're an internet game, but, Are we ever going to see Borg Taket again? If you were if you were on the event I held on Tribble last week where I dropped 30 of them on people, you might see her again. She's an interesting character, but she's from an alternate universe, and she has no reason to come back, so maybe, but probably not. A ground TFO boss rush could be interesting. Based on the experience I had last week, it might be very short. I was dropping all kinds of super high-level bosses on people, and they would just melt them down in seconds and be like, okay, next. When is STO2 coming out? The year 3009. We don't have an STO2 in development. We're continuing to work on this game. Ice Knight 50, how have you played STO in the backseat of a moving car? I want details. Are there any more Discovery Section 31 ships added? Possibly. We want to put every ship in the game in here. Every ship in the show, in the game, I mean. Cliff, the self-aware AI, post about that bug and all other bugs on the forum so we can find them. Laptop, power converter, LTE hotspot. That all makes sense. Yeah, invisible, untargetable, invincible, Herc mutant boss rush. That's a better idea. You can play STO using the Steam Remote Play app on a supported Android device. That sounds fun. I don't know how you would do all of the STO buttons on a tiny screen, but, Paragon Gaming, I'm going to send you to the fan club with the fragrance-free Vaseline for whale probes. Are there any upcoming Cryptic games that you can mention? No, because there aren't any officially planned yet. Cryptic is moving to making another game, hopefully fairly quickly after Magic, but we don't know what it is yet. We're actually right now in the midst of a pitch event where folks who work for the company can pitch games for prizes. I pitched one for prizes, and they may take some of the ideas from some of the games or a whole idea from a game and decide to make that their next thing. But yeah, we're trying to set up plans for the next 2 games we'll make. Can we get the Xbox version ported to the Steam Deck? So that would basically mean getting the console UI on PC, which is something we've discussed. So playing with gamepads would be easier. Maybe. I don't know how easy it would be. I mentioned it before and confirmed I am not related, but Dune. I wouldn't mind a Dune game. I played the old I forgot the name of the company, Westfield, something like that. But the Command and Conquer folks made Dune games back in the 90s before they made Command and Conquer, and those were a lot of fun. Cassius SAB, yes, there has been, but that's not my department. I have asked before for Perfect World to help me turn on Twitch drops, and it hasn't really happened. Westwood, thank you. Dune 2000, yeah. Can we get the elite rep marks into the same space as regular rep marks that currently take up space in the inventory? Possibly. Adding new inventory stuff is, again, hard data work, but it's an idea. I would love to... Chris Omega says he wants a proper sovereign class interior. I would love to unleash Donnie on as many bridges as he wants to make, because the stuff he makes in his free time is so good, but... All right. Well, folks, it's been about an hour and a half. Can we get TFO reward boxes to stack, please? That would be nice. If you make a Dune game, I will marry you. Is that a threat? Also, if you like Dune, there's this YouTube series by a certain very handsome and talented community manager called Foibles and Fights that you can find on YouTube, and we talk about Dune this week. It's all about sword fight choreography, and we're talking about the shields. Yeah, Joe Luz, we did fan art right near the beginning. Can we get a way to spend old anniversary and event currency? I thought there were ways to do that, but if you've got something that you can't spend, let me know. I need... Matthew Hurl says you need to read none of my message. Okay. I will read none of your message then. Did you like just message me on Facebook or something? So what I am going to do is I am going to go look for someone to raid. And there was someone online who was complaining about how I never raid them, which is usually not a good way to get me to do things, but they seem nice, so just this once.
Dwayne, that would be absolutely phenomenal if they did, because the Negvar has the potential to be,
he's very loud.
Number 1, a hell of a tank, and number 2, a hell of a torpedo. Give it command seating. Give it, I don't know, miracle worker seating. Yeah, buddy. All right.
Well, folks, it has been an awesome stream. Thank you all so much for joining me. I will talk to you soon.
All right, so
bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.